In this video, I'm going to share my very simple, beginner-friendly strategy for self-publishing low and medium content books on Amazon KDP to help you build a self-publishing business that makes six figures in just 5 steps. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel. Every single week, I share videos all about self-publishing books so that you can build your own self-publishing books selling low and medium content books on Amazon. One mistake that a lot of people make when they decide to self-publish low content books is that they create and publish one type of book in one type of niche, and then they jump over to a different book or another niche, and then they'll publish another totally different kind of book in a totally different niche. They might run Amazon ads on some of the books and not others. They might publish a few books all within a few weeks and then publish nothing again for months. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of people come into this business without knowing what they really want to do or should be doing. They don't really know what they want to get out of this business. They don't really think about things in advance or have an idea of what they want to do in the long term. You need to have a plan before you start creating or publishing anything if you do want to reach an income goal of something like $100,000. If you do not care about making money, you're just publishing books for fun, then yes, by all means, publish all different types of books whenever you want in any niche at any time. But if you do want to create an actual business that will maybe someday pay your bills or fund the kind of lifestyle that you want to have, then you need a strategy. And that is why I have created this video to help you create a logical strategy that can be scaled up to as big as you want it to be, that is easy to implement, and that actually gets results. So let's get straight into it. The first step of this simple strategy is finding out where customers are hanging out in the book department on Amazon, and specifically the ones that are buying low and medium content books. And when I say low and medium content books, I'm talking about low content books like notebooks and journals, and then medium content books like coloring books, activity books, puzzle books, and more in-depth kind of journals like guided prompt journals. The reason that I prefer to publish books in niches where there are already lots of customers is because it means that it's a proven market. Lots of people like these types of books and they're actually buying these books, and that's what we want. We want to find out where customers are actually buying books. And I just like to go where customers are already spending money. It also means there is the opportunity to make money by publishing less books than some of the other less in-demand niches. And if you do have a book that takes off, these niches can really make people a lot of money. Now, we don't go in trying to be the bestseller in a very in-demand niche, but it is nice knowing that there is always the possibility of big returns if our book does become a bestseller. How do we find these niches that are highly sought after by Amazon's customers? We simply go and browse Amazon, go straight to the source, and you'll see right away in real time what Amazon's customers are buying. I like to start by browsing the bestseller page on Amazon. If we just head to the book page, we go to bestsellers and more, and then we want to go to the print bestsellers. Now, this isn't going to show only low and medium content books. This is going to show the top 100 books across Amazon out of every single book published. But if we scroll through, we always find some low and medium content books in this top 100. You'll find that we have coloring books in here. Coloring books are some of the most popular low content books. Here we have an activity book for kids. We have some more coloring books here. There is always usually a learn to write there it is there, my first learn to write workbook. This is consistently a low content book that is always in the top 100 of all books on Amazon. We have more coloring books coming up, and sometimes a new book that is low or medium content will pop up. There's another low-ish kind of content book, an I Spy, and that's just in the top 50 across all of Amazon. If we keep going through the next 50, we might find some more low content books. There's another coloring book. Sometimes we have journals that show up here in the top 100 of all books. And then from here, we can drill down even further. So I then would go through each of these categories. Let's go to craft, hobbies, and home, for example. And I then go through the top sellers across each category as well and just drill down a little bit further This one's going to have a lot of coloring books in it. And this just gives even more in-depth information about whether there are low and medium content books that are top selling. And there's one of the guided prompt journals there that is usually quite popular. And from there, I'll just go and note down what books are showing up in the top seller so I can research those niches and those types of books further. Now, there are tools that you can use that help the process a little quicker. You definitely don't need these tools, and I personally always prefer just to browse the Amazon store itself first. But one tool that can be helpful is BookBolt. BookBolt was created specifically for self-publishers of low content books, and so that is all you will find on here. You can use something like the cloud feature to look at popular low content books. We can look at the top 100 journals, and if we want to make sure they are actually selling, we can drop the bestseller rank down a little bit here and do a search, and we're going to find the top 100 journals. So if you don't feel like you want to sit and go through each category where there may be other books showing up that are not low content, although there is a high content book showing up in BookBolt, which is interesting, but for the most part, you should only get low and medium content books. So this is showing these guided prompt journals that are popular. We've got some notebooks here, and unfortunately they do have some high content books showing up in here, which is not supposed to happen, but it should still give you an idea of the low and medium content books that are popular across all the different types of low and medium content books on Amazon. So it is actually a really handy tool with lots of other features to it. If you do want to get some more information about BookBolt, I always have a link to it down in the description box below, as well as a coupon code that will help you save some money. Okay, so you found your in-demand niche that you want to publish books in. Step 2 is to create a book for that niche that centers around a current trend. Most low and medium content books are books that don't really have a lot of longevity. And what I mean by that is these books are always in demand, but they are sort of determined by a trend. Customers are always looking for the next trendy thing, the next popular thing, the next fad, whatever everyone else has or is buying is what customers are usually interested in. I shared a video recently about the current trends of coloring books, and I'm going to use that example here again. Coloring books are always popular, but certain coloring books sell better than others depending on if they fit a current trend. Now, the current trend for coloring books is publishing them in this square format as opposed to the usual rectangle format, and the style of images are cute, cozy, simple, bold. These trends are so popular right now and were for most of last year too. So if you were going to publish a coloring book, then you would want to incorporate some of these trends so that your book appeals to customers. Now, again, in terms of the longevity of books, a lot of low and medium content books are books that are completed by the customer. A coloring book, a puzzle book, an activity book, and once they're completed, they can't use them again. They can't loan them out to friends. They have to buy more if they want to do more coloring or more activities or more puzzles. So these are not the types of books that are going to last forever for customers because they're using them. Another example is that there was a trend a year or two ago, I think, within guided prompt journals. This journal went viral. The 5-minute journal became one of the most popular guided prompt journals. As we can see here, over 2 million of them have been sold. And as I say, this is the 5-minute journal. It really appealed to the fact that people just don't have a lot of time, and that was an excuse used to not incorporate a journaling practice into their day. So this journal eliminated that excuse. It was really big on social media. It still is really big on social media, with everybody and anybody sharing posts about themselves filling out their 5-minute journal as part of their morning routine. And then this trend was picked up by other people who published books similar to this. So you have people not copying it exactly, because we never want to copy other people's books, but we have people creating the 6-minute diary. I've seen people publish the 4-minute journal, a 2-minute journal, there's a 1 line a day journal, and then you have people taking that 5-minute aspect and applying it to other kind of journals like this one, the 5-minute mindfulness journal, the 5-minute Bible study journal. the 5-minute gratitude journal, the 5-minute self-care journal. So that's just a few of examples where people sort of jumped on that trend. There's a 4-minute journal there, so just dropping it by 1 minute. The morning magic 5-minute journal. So you can see how people pick up on a trend and try to make it unique, try to make something different while still incorporating that trend into their own book. So once you have decided on the niche that you're going to publish a book in, go through that niche, pick up on what the current trends are, why the best-selling books are the best-selling books, what is it about them that is making them so popular, and see what trends, what aspects you could incorporate into your own book. Remembering we're not copying, we are incorporating trends and making them into our own book. And this brings us on to step number 3, and that is to create multiple books within your niche that are all related. This will essentially be you creating a brand within your niche. So if you're going to be publishing books in the puzzle book niche, then you'll be able to create a book for each type of puzzle. Or you could decide that you only want to publish word search puzzles, with each word search puzzle book having a different theme. Now, if you are interested in puzzle books specifically, I do have lots of puzzle book tools linked down in the description box below that will help you create unique, fun, creative puzzles, all different types of puzzles for your puzzle book brand. If you're publishing coloring books, each coloring book will have a different theme. For example, a flower coloring book is one book that you can publish. Then you can create an animal coloring book. Then the next coloring book could be a pattern coloring book, etc., etc. If you're publishing guided prompt journals, create one for all the different types of mental health issues that people are looking for help with. You could do a gratitude journal, an anxiety journal, a finding yourself or your true purpose journal, a shadow work journal, etc. The idea here is that you want to become the expert in the niche, or at the very least, a recognizable brand in that niche where people can see that you have multiple books all related to each other, that you can help them in multiple different ways, and that this is what you focus on. When they go to your Author Central page or they go to see what other books that you have, they don't see a coloring book and then a few notebooks, then a password logbook, and then a bucket list journal, and then get confused as to what it is you're all about and what it is that you're trying to do exactly. Creating multiple related books in the same niche also helps to increase sales in terms of existing customers buying more books from you. Rather than trying to find new customers, create more books for the customers who have already bought from you before and actually like your books. It is so much easier this way. If someone bought your coloring book and they loved it, they are so much more likely to come back and buy another one of your coloring books over somebody who has never seen your books before, have never bought or used your books before. Now, this takes us on to step 4 of this simple strategy, and that is to take advantage of seasons and holidays. I believe that it's good to have a mix of both evergreen and seasonal books. Evergreen means that it can sell year round. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is or what is going on at that time of the year. The book is useful regardless. And seasonal or holiday books means that they are specific to something happening at a specific time of year, and the book will mostly only sell at that time. So take advantage of all major seasons and holidays. This means Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, autumn, summer, winter, just to name a few. Now, there are some niches that this part of the strategy probably won't be possible in. Guided prompt journals is the first one that comes to mind, but all of the more creative type of niches and creative type of low content books like coloring books, activity books, puzzle books, even children's picture books, if you're interested in those types of books, can take advantage of seasons and holidays. Every single popular author, publisher, every major self-publisher all do this, and for a good reason. These times of the year become such massive buying periods for Amazon's customers, and you can really get a nice boost of income at those times of the year. Now, at the moment, we're in February, Valentine's Day is big. If we just search for Valentine's Day book on Amazon, there are activity books, coloring books, there's another activity book. There are a heap of children's picture books that all target specific holidays and seasons. There are so many Valentine's Day children's picture books at the moment. We have a bunch of Valentine's Day coloring books as well that are selling really well. Look at this one here, Cozy Love Bold and Easy coloring book. It's currently sitting with a bestseller rank of 225, which means a 225 bestseller rank with a sales price of $7.99. That book is currently selling 190 copies per day, making $15,000 in a month. Now, of course, that is just for a few weeks or a couple months that bestseller rank is going to sit like that on that book, but it is a really nice boost of income for a month or two. Halloween is probably the biggest event of the year where books targeting Halloween sell like crazy. If we just search for Halloween coloring books, this one is one of the best selling coloring books all year round, even though it's not Halloween, but gets especially popular at Halloween. And pretty much any major publisher of low and medium content books will make multiple Halloween coloring books because they just sell so well during September and October. And some of these Halloween coloring books will become some of the best selling books across the whole of Amazon in the lead up to Halloween. Now, although I did say guided prompt journals generally won't work with this part of the strategy, but there are these ones, these tell me your story type of journals. Now, these generally sell very well year round. This one here, sitting with a bestseller rank of 199. So they do sell well all year round. But when Mother's Day and Father's Day come around, these books just take off. Especially this one here, this pink, Tell Me Your Life Story Mum, around Mother's Day. And then if you remember when we were browsing through the best-selling books across Amazon just earlier on in this video, we saw that there was this Dad's guided prompt journal, Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story, sitting in one of the bestseller spots with a bestseller rank of 289. But these really do just take off around Mother's Day and Father's Day. And now this is the last step in this very simple strategy, and that is using free methods of marketing to increase sales. Now, this is not the fastest way of marketing in terms of marketing quick, getting quick sales, but I think it is the most accessible for the majority of people. And in terms of longevity and the success and sales of your books, the success of your self-publishing business, this is going to be the best to get results in the long term. First, create social media accounts for whatever platform you like, but I do suggest you start with TikTok and Instagram. I understand that TikTok might be getting banned for those of you in the United States, but we are not sure what is happening yet. So at this point, let's just act as though it is going to be staying around. If you do want to create accounts with other platforms that allows you to post short form content, then feel free to do that. But your main focus is going to be TikTok and then Instagram. You're going to create short form videos that show off your books, show yourself using your books. You don't need to be in these videos. You don't even have to have your voice on them if you don't want. Basically, just show the book and how to use it, exactly like these. Some of these really popular videos on TikTok are doing. It's just hands showing the book. I have lots of videos on my channel showing examples of how to show your videos in short form videos on TikTok. You are then going to repurpose the videos you make for TikTok and post them to Instagram, and then also post them to whatever other social media platforms that you have decided to join that allows you to post these short form videos. This is going to be a longer process to get results, but just be consistent. Next, you are going to start building an email list, and this is really where the longevity aspect is going to come into it. Again, emails are also not something that are quick to build, but it is the only way to have direct contact and full control of being able to contact people who are interested in your books. Even with your social media accounts, doesn't matter how many people follow you, your content only gets shown to a small percentage of them. And when someone buys your book from Amazon, you do not get access to their contact details. So if someone buys your book and likes it, you have no way to contact them to be able to promote other books to them that they will probably like as well. But creating an email list is a way that you can directly contact people who are likely to buy your book, as well as any other products that you might end up creating as part of your brand. Offer something for free as an incentive for people to join your email list, and then work at nurturing your email list. Now, what nurturing means is be consistent, make sure to regularly send out emails, even when you don't have a specific book to promote or a product to promote. Just always make sure to keep sending emails consistently so that you are familiar to your subscribers. You don't want to not email for months and then all of a sudden start emailing them because you have a book that you want them to buy, but they don't really even remember who you are because they joined your list months ago and then have never heard from you. In between those book promotions that you have, offer other types of information or things that might be helpful to them. But whatever you do, just make sure that you do regularly send out emails. And then eventually you will have a substantial list of people that you can contact whenever you do have a new book to publish. So that is my very, very simple strategy that anyone, even beginners, should be able to implement to be able to build up to a self-publishing business of low and medium content books that can bring in up to $100,000 or even more if you have bigger goals than that. I hope that you have found this video helpful in giving you a clear path and a clear strategy to be able to make money self-publishing books on Amazon. If you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks that you'll like these ones too, so please go check them out to learn more about self-publishing your own low and medium content books on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.